Because I don't know if you guys seen Sexual Robots lately. They look crazy. They're like crazy.
I haven't checked them out lately. No.
I like the one I have at home. It's really nice.
Try some out.
Yeah.
All right, who's familiar with what's going on with the writers' strike right now?
Oh my god.
I hear all my clients talk about the strike.
I just saw, like, I didn't realize it, but a big part of why they won't sign the contract is the AI stuff.
Oh, that's what I heard.
I had no clue that that's part, like, the biggest part.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's one of the biggest parts in terms of like writers wanting to protect their creative like involvement with certain things, because now they do feel threatened that they can be replaced with something like a ChatGPT to like kind of just write new episodes for different concepts and whatnot that are pulling from the intellectual kind of property and creations of former artists,
Former writers.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what ChatGPT is getting anyway. It's pulling from all the stuff that real artists and people have already done. But it's easy and it works and it's cheap. So they're basically just trying to fight for guaranteed things like better pay, better like longer periods of like work that's guaranteed. Where it's like if I'm contracted onto this show, it's a set amount of like time that I'm supposed to be like working on the project, so that they have like clarity on the work and everything.
I'm just trying to be a migrant worker for the writers. We got 4 feature films written. I don't need to be paid fucking union fees or any of that shit. Just make our movie. Like, how can I get under the table and be the Home Depot writer?
Yeah.
While they're on strike, hire me. I'll write your next fucking movie.
Yeah. I bet there's actually a lot of people who have that angle.
Yeah.
All these writers are on strike. This is my in.
Like, hire me. Me, Steve, Joe. We got fucking 4 movies that are fucking sick. And they're just sitting somewhere.
The scary thing is, like, going on strike, doesn't that sort of encourage the use of AI?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like... At least, like, I'm not saying that like that's what it should be, but like in the evidence of history, like the great car wash union that they tried to start, and that encouraged the use of automated car washes.
Ooh.
And it's just like every time that happens, where they push it to a point, it's like more towards the side of,
Well, in this situation, because of it, Seth MacFarlane actually quit Family Guy amid the Hollywood writers' strike too.
He did, huh?
So like, what happens though when you get like big and key players in there, especially a guy like?
And you hire the Home Depot writers.
Bart and Joe.
This guy's like conceptualizing, creating, writing, and voice acting multiple characters. You know what I mean? So it's like
that's a big quit.
When you're playing that much of a role.
I wonder what the longevity of AI is in the form of like writing entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, do you think it's gonna last? Do you think it'll be actually pretty good? Do you think it's gonna be one of those things where we could see the formula that's being played out in TV shows? Because we could already see that now with like regular writers. But do you think it would get worse with AI, or do you think it'll be?
I honestly don't think it'll get worse. That's the scary. That's the reason. Because if AI was that unreliable, it wouldn't be that big of a thing on the table. Writers just go ahead and use your crappy ass AI, but it's not going to be crappy. That's the scary part.
Yeah, and also what I think too is like the whole like consuming the art. It's a relationship with the artist and the person consuming the art.
Yeah.
So like I don't think AI can get as good as like the most genius artists, because some of those things are in the moment inspiration, just 2 like synapses that happen. Like even if you're like doing stand-up comedy or whatever, you could do your same set every single time, and then you're just inspired to say a slightly different punchline, and you switch that word out, and boom, it fucking hits and it kills, even with music or whatever. But the scary part is I don't think consumers demand that high of quality.
That's true, especially now.
So I think consumers, they just want give me anything, just give me anything.
Right.
And so like I think AI can give them every single thing that they need.
And AI is telling them that consumers don't demand that high quality.
Yeah. That's true.
Here's a diabolical thought: is how they map all the human DNA, like all the combination, all the possibilities.
Yeah.
There's some nerd out there that's not funny, that has no storytelling ability, could map out all the possible stories, or like a large chunk, all the possible jokes, put it online, and any comic, any writer that has something, hey, you know what? You're copying me. Because you can't prove that they didn't read it or they didn't see it. And that's why I think it becomes problematic.
That is crazy.
Good idea.
Because there's YouTube comedians and TikTok comedians that will word for word copy a comedian and deny it.
Yeah.
And then when they finally relent, they go, oh, I was paying homage to them.
Right.
Meanwhile, they never said who they got it from, or like where they got it. But if AI is doing this, like what's to stop them just mapping out every combination of word?
Exactly.
There's like
yeah.
a copyright
Yeah.
conversation to be had there.
Because because like all it is combination of words. Like Bart, you were saying like one word hit and just boom.
Yeah.
Well, if they already mapped out all the possible words, and if they put it out there, and then someone's making like $1 million from doing the performance, like, hey, you know what? I put this out here. I had it on this blog. I wrote this out. They copied. I deserve some of that money. Like, will they win? I have no idea. But that's kind of like, to me, is what the threat of AI poses.
That's like also, you know how like you can take an image of something, change it a certain amount of percentage, and then after that it's no longer copyrighted.
Yeah, 30%.
Yeah, 30%. So like, you know, you could algorithmically take an AI script or a script, give it to an AI and be like, hey, rewrite the script the same way, change 30% of it, but keep the main story the same.
Oh, yeah.
So that it's like falls within like not being able to be liable for copyright.
Did you guys see there's a new South Park episode all about AI? It's about ChatGPT and how the kids figured out they could use ChatGPT to do their homework and shit. And then the teacher was like, I could just use ChatGPT to grade this shit. I don't gotta read none of it. Both sides are using it. And then I think Stan learns to use ChatGPT to respond to text from his girl, so he never has to read them. And it just auto responds with a perfect response to all her texts, so he could just do whatever he wants. And then at the end, the episode's fucking brilliant. And then at the very end, it goes, "This episode is written by ChatGPT."
Nice.
That's so crazy.
But now we just have I mean, I feel like we've always had a world of people who don't really think much, but now we have even more of a world or society who is just so dependent on something doing everything for them. Especially when it comes to thought.
Yeah. You're bumming me out, dude.
Sorry.
What happens though? Like, who's responsible?
Sorry, welcome to reality.
Is it like a no responsibility thing then? Because like you can get sued for plagiarism when you copy, but if ChatGPT does it, and let's say they don't change it enough, who's getting sued?
Right, the inception of that.
Yeah, nobody, right?
Probably nobody.
ChatGPT lawyers coming in.
Oh my god.
Maybe OpenAI, is that the group that like put ChatGPT out?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, I think it's a really complex new industry.
It's still your prompt though, so it's like
You know which industry this actually is like will monumentally shifted is sex robots.
Here we go.
Because do you guys remember the movie Serenity with Nathan Fillion? David Krumholtz plays this character where he's an introvert. He's out by himself, but he's got like 2 or 3 sex robots. And that, when the whole, what is it? When we all have to stay home because of the quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, to me, that's the goal of the 1% of the 1%. Everyone's going to subscribe. No one's going to own anything. Yeah. You subscribe to software, subscribe to your car. Hey, you know what? Forget owning a car. We're going to have cars, like driverless cars, pick you up. Stay home. So if you stay home and then the sex robots come in, for guys that are introverts that can't talk to women or whatever, why would they need to go out? They have the sex robot. Because I don't know if you guys seen sex robots lately. They look crazy. They're like crazy.
I haven't checked them out lately. No.
I like the one I have at home. It's really nice.
Try some out.
Yeah.
Dan, bring them out.
I haven't been to that store.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
Is it on Colorado?
But like you put the AI chip in there where they can have actual conversations beyond like yes, no, yes, master, yes, slave, and you have regular conversations. Now people don't need to leave home.
I mean, isn't that kind of the same thing as OnlyFans and people utilizing that?
But with the robots though, you've got something to touch and hold on to and snuggle with.
I know they think like they don't need to leave the home, but they do need to leave the home.
But there's a lot of countries they don't, like Japan, Korea. They don't. Yeah, they do need to.
Biologically need to, but I think in their brain they don't.
No, for
need
sure,
to.
for sure.
You know, and so
I'm jealous.
they work from home. They work on their computer. They don't need to leave. There's food delivery.
Yeah.
And then if it gets to the point where robots deliver the food, and they talk to them, how you doing today? Great. Here's your food. And then if they have the AI chip in there, that to me is like the scary part of it all. Like the plagiarism thing, as a writer, yeah, of course that's huge. But to me, it's like it's taking a step back. It's the sex robots. Yeah. That's what
we need to go on strike for, boys.
Procreation will decrease as well. You look at countries like Japan and Korea where the birth rate has gone down, and like I think now India is number 1.
I mean, here as well. I mean, it's everywhere.
birth rates,
The birth rates, everything.
Or the sex robots, you just keep the nut and then you go make babies with the robot babies.
True.
The nut.
Maybe the robot could have robot babies.
I look good on a billboard.
Keep the nut. Did you guys see this one? really good observation. Somebody was like, dude, the Jetsons had it backwards because in the prediction of the future, robots and AI are doing the hard tasks, like the labor, but the creative are still people. But it's absolutely the opposite. We still need everybody to do hard labor, and we don't need creative shit now. Isn't that fucking
That's
scary?
interesting, yeah.
All the art stuff went first. But then still there's a dude in a coal mine. Like that's crazy.
Like construction is still by people.
You look at the cobalt mine, like that's crazier than ever.
Because the prices are too good.
But then all the things that those devices do that they're mining the battery for, automated. What the hell?
Like WALL-E, to me, the documentary WALL-E is where we're headed. Like
documentary.
Technology is to make our lives easier, and WALL-E is basically the pinnacle of that, where they're done with technology, and so they all got fat because they didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, they're so dependent on the tools that they created
It's
themselves.
really starting to look like Idiocracy, though.
I hope we go towards that. That's kind of fun.
No,
Oh,
that
God.
documentary is fat shaming, so I don't.
Yeah, you don't subscribe to it.
I just liked it because it's kind of like has my name in it, but that's not it. Okay.
Well, it's just narcissist. He's a gaslighting narcissist.
Bet you like Wolf of Wall Street too.